All right, here it is, and welcome to it. It's morning time. All right, it's episode 35 of the I Don't Know What to Do With My Life podcast. And today's main topic, I'm not going to lie, this main topic was never going to be a main topic until I heard so much stupid shit walking around in the world that I think it has to be a main topic, dude. Oh, idiot. Oh, man, people I've heard just say stuff. But first, this episode is brought to you by Balls. Now, okay, do you remember Balls? Okay, first of all, unofficially brought to you by Balls. They don't know anything about it, okay? You remember Balls, the energy drink, though? Dear God. It's really it's a cola or soda, right? But I found the one. So there's the green, or not the green. The green is the one I found. I found the ginger, Balls Guarana Ginger. Oh, my God. I like the blue one. I've had the cherry. I've had the orange. There's a root beer I haven't had. But this one, I found it. It's so fucking good. So this podcast unofficially brought to you by this and weed, and the main topic is politics. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't going to jump in on it. I wasn't going to say a fucking word. But shit's crazy. I don't know what the deal is. So I have the weed, I have the green Balls, and then the green weed, and I'm going to drink it and then take the weed. Here we go. It is the best Balls I've ever had. My God. That's so fucking good. I wish they would send me like a fucking case of this shit. I don't even want money. Just send me Balls. It's my podcasting fuel. All right, and all my podcasting fuel is green, by the way. So this is the other one. Sounds like a plane taking off or land. Yeah, in the dish. I packed that a little tight by accident. Here we go again. Here we go again on my own. Oh, I never liked I never liked Whitesnake that much, as talented as they fucking are. Or were. Are and were. All right. We'll have a couple coughs on this, but what the fuck is happening in the world right now? It's all this politics shit. Basically, what I'm saying is, I've heard people say things so stupid in recent time that it's appalling. It's terrifying, and it's scary. It's getting to a point where if I'm talking about it in some kind of public way, that means it's going way too far. Because I see it all the time. I just watch it and laugh at it. I laughed at the fucking people's reaction to when Trump was elected. And the funny thing, too, is some people you'll tell them, like, God, that was hilarious watching all those Hillary supporters like cry and shit. And then they start trying to like treat you different or something, almost slightly. Like they think like, oh, well, if you thought that was funny, then that means you're a Trump supporter. So then, so you got to get, when it's like really, it's like, first of all, hey, I was shocked too. I remember looking at my phone that night and checking the election and being like, what the fuck is that? I couldn't believe it. And then when he won, I was like, I can't believe it. And I didn't know if it was appropriate for sure, because it was on TV and shit. Because I was like, I don't know about that. I mean, Ronald Reagan, but still, I just didn't know. But the funny thing was, it was just grown adults just crying over it. It wasn't necessarily that I was like, oh, I'm so in love with this one person. I don't give a fuck about politicians that way. I don't give a fuck about them, dude. Yeah, so that was hilarious. But then I've heard shit. I heard a guy say, America was never great for anyone who wasn't white. A guy that I worked with. And it was one of the things, I was sitting in the room with a bunch of guys and he said that, and I got up and fucking left. I was like, oh my, I had to get the fuck out of there, dude. You have any idea how many immigrants would kick your fucking ass for saying something like that about their country? People forget how bad it can be in other places sometimes. And they forget how good we really have it, and that's what fucking happens, dude. It's easy to forget. When you walk down the street all the time and no one hassles you about anything, you sort of think, oh, that's like that all the time, everywhere. That's not normal, dude. I mean, it should be, but it isn't. More balls. Oh, the best balls of life. Yeah, immigrants would just stomp you out for saying that shit, dude. How dare you? You don't even know, you know. And I say that because I know people like that came here and they're fucking, or I have known people like that. And they like it here. They like how you can just start a business and fucking be a dumbass and go for something. Maybe you lose all your money, but maybe you become a millionaire. And if you do become a millionaire, you get to keep all the money. Not all the money. Not all the money, but you get to keep way more of it. Most of it you'll get to keep. You know, you have to pay some to the government because the government needs to run stuff and, you know, have parks and education and all that bullshit. But, you know, people saying stuff. It's weird, too, because I was telling my girl, I was like, you know, back before Obama was elected, and this just shows you how far, when the scale slides around you. Before Obama was elected, I would have considered myself, I guess, a Democrat or at least liberal in some, you know, because at the time, all my views, they were kind of, that's where they landed on the scale. I don't care. I don't choose one way or the other. I like red. I fucking, I hear what the guy says and I go, yeah, I don't really agree with that. Or, oh, yeah. That seems about right. And I don't give a fuck what he is or I only care about what he says or most importantly, what he does. The people are forgetting that too. Oh, man. But, yeah, so at the time, I would be considered that. And then now, basically, I'm finding out, now that I hear people say stuff that's so stupid, then I have to do research. I can't just, you know, and then so now it seems like I'm like a conservative Republican. And then pretty soon I'll be right in the middle, you know, when it slides back the other way. And then pretty soon I'll be, you know, because it just goes around you. And you kind of always, I mean, you change over the years a little bit, right? But for the most part, you're still you. I guess you can have a total flip. It happens, but I mean, for the most part, I'm still me with a couple different ideas in my head about stuff, but it doesn't necessarily, I just don't know about certain things. It doesn't, I don't know. Well, people being fucking morons and just, you know, the weird thing is too, the media thing was fucking weird. The media thing was weird. It's like a conspiracy theory that I was watching actually happen. It was like the whole shit with the separating the children with the fucking border shit and the way that they conveyed that, and then how they basically said, oh, sorry, we lied. We sort of twisted it to make it look one way when it wasn't quite that way. Because as soon as you do some research, you're like, well, what the hell? But they made it look like, and they said it was like, but, you know, people around me, someone said that. They said, oh, they're building concentration camps here. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. No. And then I researched, and sure enough, no, they're not doing that. They're building like a YMCA room that looks like a fucking, like a daycare, you know, with a carpeted room, and then they have the schools, you know, the metal with the window with the mesh in it. They always look the same. But, I mean, you have to follow laws that are in place, dude. You can't just, like, fuck around. That's what people are saying. They're just like, yeah, you can just, but that's the thing that's weird right now is people are clouded with their hatred. They hate this fucking dude so much that they're forgetting about America as a whole and how much it's a lot bigger than the one guy. You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, yeah, it's a lot bigger than the one guy, and it doesn't really fucking matter. And I'm not gonna lie to you, he's not completely fucking retarded. Or you're not supposed to say that, huh? But he's not, you know what I mean? He's not totally out of it, dude. Because he's a business guy, so he's kind of weaselly. I don't know. See, this, you know, if anyone listened to this, you know. I mean, some politically correct person wouldn't listen to this. Nah. If they did, they'd be pissed, dude. But I wouldn't care because, you can say this shit. But that's the other thing, too. They're glomming onto that First Amendment thing. Like, you can't say certain things. It's like, whoa. But anyway, I thought at first I was like, I don't know, but if that's appropriate to have that dude in there. I don't know if it's because he's a TV guy. And then I thought about Ronald Reagan. I was like, wait a second, okay. But wasn't he a senator for like ever or something? It made it more. It was more of a logical step rather than just a leap. But then you get to thinking, it's like, well, could it be the worst thing in the world to have a business guy in there? Like a businessy, like I say, a weaselly, kind of manipulative, smooth talking, business guy. I was like, well, probably not, because it's a limited term, thankfully, as we know. So even if it's 2, it's still limited. And within that, that's the thing. I'm thinking, like, maybe the businessy side, things will get done, but maybe the relationshipy side, not as much. Maybe with some people, but maybe not with others. I think the relationships, because business is, cold. You know how business guys are. They're just cold. Sorry, And so that's going to piss people off. But it could better the country. So long as if it were 20 years of it, then I'd be scared. But it's going to be 8. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 8. And I'm excited to laugh at the reactions again when he wins. If he wins, I honestly think he will, because things are all right. Things are all right. I mean, people just they thought it would crumble because of one guy, but it's a whole structured thing. It's not literally just one guy. He can try to do some stuff, but he's pretty limited. You remember the checks and balances? You know what's funny? Hang on, I need to drink stuff. I'm dying here. I really should smoke before I get on, so that I'm ready. What's crazy, though, is you know how many history classes we all had to take? Do you fucking remember? In school, I had to take, I was a little kid. We took history all the way up through, in college I was taking history, right? And the thing about history is it never fucking changes. It's the same goddamn story. When you go over World War II, it's the same sequence of events. So by the time I was at the end of high school, I knew fucking everything about history, everything. I had taken, how many classes do you take on the 3 branches of the government? They haven't fucking changed. And I've taken 20 classes on the same thing. So what I'm saying is, are they not teaching as many history classes like that anymore? Or are people just forgetting? Because I remember, it was the same fucking class. This branch of the government. This branch of the government. This same branch of the government, or the Holocaust, it's the same sequence of events as we know them. Show you some fucked up pictures. It's like, how are you going to forget that shit? Dude, I remember all that. So maybe that's why I didn't panic so much, because I would never bet against America. And so when someone says you support Trump, I say, well, I kind of sort of have to. At first I was like, well, I don't know, but actually now, yeah, I'm down, because I'm never going to vote against America. As a betting person, if you were gonna bet, if you were to look through history, everyone who's bet against America is fucking lost, dude. It's not good odds. I don't know what the fucking odds are. Some gambler people out there, email in. But I don't know. Those aren't that good odds. I'm not gonna bet against them. They're pretty tenacious. They can really get their shit together and get some stuff done. My God. As can all fucking people. So it's scary when they have their shit together. Yeah, so but that was the older mentality of older generations, is no matter who ended up being elected, they all kind of said, okay, we have to now support this guy, because as a greater whole, that's the whole fucking country now, even if he's kind of a dumbass. Like George Bush, he was I don't know if he was so good at the job. I don't think he was. He seemed like a likable guy. Everyone knows that now. Everyone kind of likes him now, but maybe you just hang around long enough. He's like, hey. If he just did that so many times, everyone's like, he's all right. Yeah, that's a hard job, right? No, people forget all that history stuff they took. It's weird. There's different like sections of the government. It's not just one thing. It's not just like a guy in a chair. Because what if he gets sick? That's not how it works. I can't imagine that shit, dude. Living in a place where there's just a guy, and he's the one who decides everything in your whole country. I don't know how many places still have that, honestly. I don't actually really know too much. And that's the beauty of being an American sometimes. You don't have to know, but you should fucking not be totally stupid. And, you know, when I hear the shit people say, oh my God. Don't forget, I don't even mention slavery, dude. My God. So I like to talk about things and think about both sides of an argument. I was watching Ben Shapiro, and some guy asked him, what did he say? He said some nerdy fucking debate. Can you steal man? Is that what he fucking said? Steel man socialism? Which I think just means like strong man or something. Make a case for it as like an intellectual experiment. Because even though I know you morally oppose it, give me an argument. And I watched him do it, and I was like, this is sick. I like that way of thinking on both sides. But people say the dumbest shit about slavery. It's just like, my God, dude. You really got to like just look the history up and read it. Because also, it's a crazy story. You know how many books have been written and stuff? And you read some of the shit that's actually happened in history, and the books aren't even fucking close. There's some of the stories. It's crazy. That's how I don't forget them, because it's like, they're pretty memorable. You know, you hear about dudes running around on like stumps for legs in fucking World War II. You just forget that the next year? Just I think about that in the middle of the night. It's like... Shit is brutal. Yeah, but I normally stay out of it, but it's like... Not that I'm in it now that I'm on the internet, because no one's going to listen. But, you know... When you hear things, like, come on, dude. You just got to check it out. Do a little research. But the weird thing is with the media... It's weird when they will tell you, because they make good programs where it looks like legit. You know, it's well edited. So like subconsciously you think like, oh my God, this must be true or something. I don't know. But it is strange though. They need to kind of like quit that shit. They also need to quit the internet. The fucking internet has... It's weird. It's almost like I was saying, like you're in international waters, and the internet is, because it's not really governed by anything, right? That's why I can do this, right? So there's no one in charge of it. So when shit happens on the internet, that's why like trials are basically had on the internet. Like they all decide, and then that's guilt, and then they can dismantle someone's life. But it's like they have no actual proof because it's all on the internet. But then it's weird that no government agency like steps in and says, hey, this person can't lose their job for something like this. This is bullshit, you know. But that's how it's like a tribal weird fucking thing. Where the tribe decided to vote you off, and then they just did. But then that actually affects your life. Holy shit. Or does that only happen to people who are like important? Who have like, you know, says, I'm unemployed right now. Oh, you know, what are you going to do with me? You know. You can't really sue someone for talking about stuff, which is sweet. That's really cool. That's nice. And that's easy to take for granted. I forget too. Yeah, it's easy to forget that shit. And you're like, oh wait, no. In some countries when you say something on the internet, you know, like I just smoked weed and I'm drinking balls, dude. Like I could say anything right now. I could say anything. But truly meaning, you know. Especially if you're kind of fucking around. What do they call it? Hyperbole? Man, I don't really know what that word means. Jeez. Yeah, I stay out of the politics, but there are a couple people I like. The people I like, I just noticed that they're just all the same. It's just all about facts. They don't really care about facts and laws. They're usually lawyers that have opinions about shit. Yeah, I like those guys. Even though a lot of them are different than me, they're like But I was saying I thought they were different, but then they start talking. I'm like, oh, okay, that seems legit. Okay. Oh, ginger balls. Oh man, I just thought about we had this guitar player in our band. He was we thought he was gonna be great, and he just turned out to be kind of a bitch. I remember the night that Trump was elected. It was hilarious. We were practicing. Because we practiced a lot because he just wasn't quite getting it. He was just slow. I listen back to recordings now. He's just dragging. Just come on, dude. Pep up. You're going to be up on top of the beat. You're pulling back behind it, dude. Because he never put in the work outside of fucking practice. Anyway. So that night he comes over. He's like, oh, I can't believe it. And I was just laughing. I was like, oh, I can't believe this, dude. You believe this shit happened? We just witnessed some kind of history stuff. But I wasn't like, boo. Because I was like, oh, I know America's not it's not like that. And if he's really bad, maybe I suspect, then he'll be out in 4 years. But if he's okay, like he seems to be, I'm pretty sure he's going to get elected again. I think he is. It's fucking... But, I almost root for him because everyone's like, fuck this guy right before he even, tried anything. And it's like, well, shit, dude, that's not... Come on, dude. Yeah, I know it doesn't seem right. It seems odd. But still, give him a shot, I guess. Give it a shot, son. Oh, man, that looks cool on the screen. The weed's kicking in. Oh, I need to shower desperately. It's morning time, by the way. Yeah, I smoked weed in the morning. For America. It's the politics episode. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm already looking at the time and thinking, damn, I don't want to talk about politics anymore, but you hear stuff, sometimes you just have to, I don't actually vote, so this is me casting my vote. This is how I vote. But this is what I think. But I've actually heard people that, they do think that similarly too, where they're just like, oh, see how it goes. It's a limited time. We have a structured thing. It's not just going to be, all crazy and shit. At least not yet, so hopefully not. I suppose it could, but we'll see. That'd be crazy if just right at the end, everything just tanked. It was just going great, and then the economy, everything just plummeted. I don't know how that would happen, because it would have to be unstable to do that, right? It's not like it just goes flat, right? I don't know much about the economics and stuff. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how far the bullshitting and talking with people can get, You're just like, oh, I'll work out this deal. But if it actually works, then I guess that's all right. If it doesn't, it might just look like, I don't know, it might look like what it is, just a bunch of talking and stuff. But the hell, yeah, you try it one way, and then you try it the other way. Try to do it through legitimate channels, all politically, like a real politician guy, or you just try to bullshit stuff and just get it through. I learned today that was it FDR who commissioned the building for the atomic bomb without permission from Congress? He just did it. He's like, yeah, just go ahead and do it. And the guy just walked away, and then they had a lab fucking working on it. I think it was FDR. Better have been. But yeah, the history hit says that's a good story, dude. It's crazy. But it's a younger generation thing that seems to forget that. I wonder if they're not taking as many history classes. Because we had bad math programs. So maybe they have good math programs. We had bad math and good history. Then maybe they have good math and bad history. And this is what we're seeing. Because my brother is nothing like this. Colin, he's exactly like me. He's nothing like some of the young kids who go to colleges and they think you're not allowed to say stuff. It's like, dude, no. You're allowed to say any crazy asshole thing you fucking want, dude. Any crazy crazy shit you want. I thought that's cool. That's very cool. I've even watched, like, what was it, on Anthony Bourdain or something? Which, I haven't really watched that show since. Has anyone else not watched that show? Because it's, I don't know, it's kind of depressing because in each show he's like, it just makes you feel good. And, like, living is worth. And you're just like, oh, shit. Oh, he was lying to us the whole time. Oh, man. No, I wasn't lying, but. Yeah, I was watching one on there where a guy was, like, talking about his country. And then, like, on the thing, they were like, yeah, we tried to contact him later. And, yeah, couldn't find him. It's like, yeah, he's fucking dead, dude. He's fucking dead. That's not how it works here. No one cares about me. I'm at Portland. It's a big enough city. You couldn't find me anyway. There's no way to find me. I don't do anything. You'd have to, like, know what I look like and know my neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know about it. I do know this ginger balls. Oh, it's the greatest I've ever had. Man, I wish they would sponsor this. That'd be a great sponsor. For so many reasons. Yep. Come on, balls. Let's do some politics together. Let's do some politics. I want 200 cases of this ginger. And then 50 cases of that regular, the blue one that was always my favorite, just the regular one. Yeah, I commission 2 million bottles of ginger balls. Yeah, all right, well, email in. Don't email in. Well, you can, I don't give a shit. You can email in anything you want. That's right. It's the IDK WTD podcast at outlook.com. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're listening. Wisconsin has once again pulled ahead in the top listener slot. Because it was Wisconsin right off the bat, which I was kind of surprised that anyone would ever listen. And then Pennsylvania pulled ahead. And then I was really surprised because there's some cool people there. Not that there aren't in Wisconsin, but aren't there bigger cities in like Philadelphia? And then now Wisconsin's back on top. And they're killing it. And Texas is in third, oddly enough. And that's balls, son. I'm just reaching out across the United States. And now that I've talked about some things, someone will probably get pissed and email me. That'd be cool because no one's emailed me. One guy said he tried to. From Wisconsin. And I did have trouble with I didn't know which email to go with. Oh, God. I have too many Google account things. I'm trying to hustle and get some money. And it seems like the economy is good. That's a weird thing, too. Because I don't have a job. And I'm actually trying to get a job at the worst time of year. And I'm getting, I have 5 interviews a week. Just every fucking day, dude. And there's just tons of jobs. It's like, it seems okay. I don't know. I'm fine. I'm unemployed now, and I'm not even concerned. Should I be? Well, I have an interview today, so. Today at 3, an interview. We'll see how it goes. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Email in a funny story about someone crying to you. Oh, yeah, the guitar player guy. Oh, man, this weed is strong. He came over that night and he was like, I'm so upset that Hillary lost and Trump's going to be president. He's like, I wrote a letter to Trump. He's like, do you want to hear it? And Ashton and I were both just like, no. No, I don't want to hear that fucking shit. What are you talking about? You wrote a letter to Trump. What are you talking about, dude? You think he's going to get it? You think he's going to read it while he's sitting on his gold toilet and be like, motherfucker. Oh, I can't believe I just I'm going to have to listen back to that and see how I trailed off of that and then got back onto it. That's insane. It's the weed and the balls. They're both very good. Yeah, do you want to read my... He was going to read it to us like a poetry slam or something. And it's like, nah, dude. How about you just play the songs and don't fuck up this time? Should have been harder. Should have been strict. You have a guitar player like that? That's politics. You got to kill. Not literally. This is not real politics. This is just personal murder stuff. All right, it's episode 35 of the I Don't Know What to Do With My Life podcast. And we'll see you next time, y'all. What up?